Oh, please.
Rachel Zegler celebrates Snow White being the #1 movie in the world, despite sleepy box office debut. Just whistle while you work, according to the New York Post. Rachel Zegler took to social media on Monday, March 24th to celebrate Snow White being the weekend's top box office performer, despite a sleepy debut and lazy ticket sales. #1 movie in the world, Zegler, 23, wrote alongside a photo of her dressed as the titular Disney princess while waving from a trailer on the film set. She also included red apple and snowflake emojis. Even though Snow White came out on top at the box office over runner-ups like Captain America Brave New World and Mickey 17, the fairy tale remake is still in trouble when considering its budget upward of $250 million. According to The Hollywood Reporter, Snow White failed to meet the opening box office expectations over the weekend. While Disney reportedly hoped to clear $100 million, the film fell short and only garnered a combined domestic and international total of $87.3 million as of Sunday. Folks, I was never going to do a video on this Snow White movie. Like, I've been following all the drama surrounding it. I know everything about it being a woke movie, all the DEI stuff, all the drama between her and Gal Gadot. And honestly, I didn't care because I didn't think the movie would be good for many reasons. And even as a movie fan, Snow White was never one of those movies that resonated with me when I was a kid. I respect it. I understand it's a classic. I understand it's a great movie, but it's just not my cup of tea. And that's okay. So I wasn't going to watch the live remake no matter what. But when the trailer came out, I did watch the trailer. And it was one of the most disgusting trailers I have ever seen. The dwarves were absolutely horrifying. These CGI things that didn't look like they even belonged in a real world setting. It was so bad. And I was like, this is horrifying. This is gross. This is one of the worst trailers I've ever seen. And I was not, like I said, I wasn't going to do any content on this movie. I was just going to leave it alone, all the BS surrounding it, all the drama around it. And then I read that, her celebrating it. #1 movie in the world. Okay. Pipe down, princess. Pipe down. It always kills me when I watch television and then I see commercials come on and they rave about a movie that's actually doing poor or getting bad reviews. #1 movie in the world. Go watch it now in theaters. In a galaxy far, far away comes the #1 movie in the world. No. No. So technically, is it the #1 movie in the world? Yes, it is. Technically, she's not wrong. But what is it going up against? It's not going up against anything. So of course, it was going to be the #1 movie in the world. Even with missing the goalposts, it was still going to be #1. I don't feel like that's anything to celebrate about. Here are a list of movies that Snow White is up against. Captain America Brave New World, that's been out several weeks. That movie's going to be out of theaters here shortly. The Alto Knights, Black Bag, Novocaine, Mickey 17, The Day the Earth Blew Up, a Looney Tunes movie, Dogman, The Monkey, Locked, Paddington in Peru, Last Breath, Magazine Dreams, Ash. You see what I'm getting at here? That doesn't mean anything. That's like the one restaurant on the side of a road in the middle of a desert raving about how it's the #1 restaurant in the area. There's no competition for it. None of those movies are going to have the pull that a Disney movie has. The only one that would have been Captain America Brave New World. But like I said, that came out several weeks ago. It had its big first week debut and then had major drop-offs after that. And this movie is going to suffer the same fate as Captain America. Comparatively to the other movies out right now, a big first week, but this movie isn't going to have any legs moving forward. It's not. It's going to be a drop from here on out. I mean, look at these reviews. A 1.7 out of 10 on IMDb, a 42% on Rotten Tomatoes, a 47% on Metacritic, and as far as Google users go, 8% of people like this film. Nobody's going back to watch this over again. It's not happening. And word of mouth is now going to get out that the movie's actually not good amongst the general public. And people that might have been on the fence about going to see it aren't going to see it. At best, they're going to wait till streaming. This movie is going to drop significantly, and it's not going to have any legs to take it the distance. So, don't get caught up in this whole number one movie in the world BS. Don't. It's misleading. It's disingenuous to me. If you follow this stuff, you know what's going on. But there's a lot of people that don't get into all the other stuff, and I get it. They'd rather just watch a movie and enjoy it for what it is. They don't care about all the other noise around it. Totally get that. Trust me. But they'll see something like that, like number one movie in the world, and really think it's actually doing something. It's not doing anything special. In fact, it's underperforming. And for good reasons. Like I said, I'm not a Snow White person, but hey, Disney, how about you guys stop putting blemishes on historically great films that Disney put out in the past? Everything is a cash grab now, and you're putting money before content and quality. And even if this movie didn't have the drama surrounding it, I still don't think it would have hit heights like Aladdin and Lion King as far as the remakes go. Just because Snow White's so old, it doesn't resonate with a lot of the younger audiences or even middle-aged audiences like these other Disney movies do. It just doesn't. These movies are largely defined by eras, and some movies do stand the test of time. Generations pass. But most of the time, they define an era and the people in that era. So as time moves on and people pass away and people get detached from things like going to the movies sometimes, you're going to lose those audience members that had that attachment to the original source material. And the younger population isn't attached to Snow White like the generation that came up with it was. That's just how it goes sometimes. I'm not saying it's going to be like that in every case scenario, but that's a real part of it. These kids ain't screaming to go see Snow White. They want to see Frozen and Elsa. They want to see Lilo and Stitch. They want to see Rapunzel. It was Rapunzel, right? I can't keep up with this stuff. They want to see Princess and the Frog. I don't even know. Is that Tiara? And Aladdin and Lion King and Beauty and the Beast. Those aren't so far gone. That's my generation. That's what we came up with. We still down for this stuff. I tell you what they better not do. Do not make a live action remake. And I don't think they will because it's a very underrated movie. Not as popular as other ones. Emperor's New Groove. Love that movie. Super underrated. Leave Emperor's New Groove alone, Disney. Don't touch it. Like I said, I don't think they will because it's not a very popular one. Emperor's New Groove is like a top Disney movie for me. Just saying. Anyway, that's all I gotta say about it. That's a wrap for today's episode. I appreciate each and every one of you for stepping in, showing your love, showing your support, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Now, I could sit here and smack you all around with the generic like, comment, subscribe BS, but nobody gives a damn about that. So do whatever the hell you want to do, because you're going to do it anyway. Now, I'm going to give you, to the count of 10, to get your ugly, yellow, no good keister off my property before I pump your guts full of lead. I am Boo, and I am out.
Keep the change, you filthy animal.